Hi guys, here's Paola with another episode of my smartassery about all things ozone. And why should you be listening to me being a smartass? Well, you probably shouldn't, but if you will anyway, I will tell you how to make the most out of your ozone treatments. Ozone therapy can be pretty darn expensive. It's not unusual for people to spend tens of thousands of dollars on ozone retreats in the Mediterranean or on tan passes. But even if you do it at home, ozonating oneself can be time consuming. Plus, the equipment can also add up to a few $1,000s. So, however you're using it, you want to be sure you're getting the most out of ozone, which is exactly what this mama is all about, making you save some money. And once you have saved that money, you then can go straight to thepowerofozone.com/bookme, where you can spend the money you just saved to book a Skype call with me, where we can talk about where I got this cool hat, or about your last vacation, or about why your socks keep disappearing in the washing machine, or whatever. I don't really care. We'll find something to talk about. Just book the darn session. So let's begin. And to be clear, don't take anything I'm saying here as medical advice. Having said that, the number one way to get the most out of ozone treatments is without a doubt diet. In my opinion, diet plays not only the most important part, but it may be the decisive factor that determines whether an ozone treatment will be a success for you or not. Ozone mainly works by removing inflammation, either chronic or local. And the longer you can make that inflammation stay gone, the more will you benefit from your ozone treatments. Especially when dealing with conditions like arthritis, psoriasis, multiple sclerosis, or a host of other inflammatory conditions, the gains that you will see from ozone may be minor or short-lived if you keep eating pro-inflammatory foods at the same time. So which diet is the best to keep inflammation down? Number one, in my opinion, that's the carnivore diet. So a diet which consists of eating only meat. I know, it sounds crazy, but crazy is what I specialize in. Plus, if you go to meatheals.com or check out Facebook groups like World Carnivore Tribe or Zeroing In on Health or 100% Carnivore and Beyond, you can read stories over stories over stories of people who have eliminated conditions like chronic joint pain, irritable bowel syndrome, colitis, or multiple sclerosis. All things which cause inflammation. Check out my 2 interviews with Rain and Emily, who reduced their MS symptoms to nearly zero by going carnivore. You can watch them here and here. The next best diet after that is the ketogenic diet and the paleo diet, or just a sugar and gluten-free diet. Another option is the low oxalate diet. Oxalates are tiny crystals contained in all plant foods. Some foods have a lot of them, like for example spinach, chard, or nuts. Others, like for example white rice, contain very little oxalates. Animal foods and fish contain no oxalates at all. The crystals can lodge themselves in essentially every body tissue like joints, thyroid, blood vessels, and the brain, and cause lots of problems. In my opinion, ozone therapy is able to remove those crystals. I think that this may explain many Herxheimer reactions we observe after ozone, like the extremely itchy rash people get after ozone saunas, but not after regular saunas. Lowering one's oxalate burden by going on a low oxalate diet could possibly lead to having less uncomfortable Herxheimer reactions and being able to shorten the time and reduce the number of ozone applications. Go to lowoxalate.info to find out which foods are high and which are low in oxalates. Beat the carnivore, keto, paleo, low oxalate, or sugar gluten-free diet. Changing what you eat can be the single most powerful intervention you can do in the fight for good health. When treating inflammatory conditions with ozone, the diet that you're following is of utmost importance. It can make or break your success with ozone. The number 2 best way to get the most out of ozone treatments: don't do them together with vitamin C or glutathione IVs. This suggestion may surprise you, since many ozone doctors say exactly the opposite, claiming that adding vitamin C or glutathione IVs to ozone enhances the treatment. Me, on the other hand, I say that's bogus. Giving a potent antioxidant after ozone will result in a lessening effect of the ozone treatment. So who should you trust? The crazy one on the internet or your doctor with 300 years of experience? I mean, duh. Okay, I admit this was a trick question. The thing here is to not trust anyone. Let's just use some logic instead. So your doctor may say any of the following in order to justify his use of antioxidant IVs with ozone. Vitamin C IV is a pro-oxidant, so the vitamin C does not eliminate ozone, it enhances the oxidative effect. Or, I'm getting very good results when I combine them. I don't see a cancelling effect. Or, I've been doing this for 300, 400 or however many years, and I can quote some fancy biochemistry to prove that vitamin C does not cancel out ozone. So let's go through those claims one by one and see if they stand up to reality. Fact check number 1. Vitamin C is often given when someone has an adverse reaction to ozone. It's also given when people feel like they overdose on ozone, which can show itself in an uncomfortable lung sensation. In such cases, vitamin C reliably and reproducibly solves the problem. Fact check number 2. Doctors claim they give vitamin C for it to scoop up the die-off after ozone, and then observe that it attenuates the ozone reaction. This would not happen if vitamin C was only acting as a pro-oxidant. In that case, one would expect the C to further increase ozone effect, not attenuate or scoop it up. Fact check number 3. Doctors claim that vitamin C will lessen the ozone-induced Herxheimer reaction, which again does not fit the theory of vitamin C acting as a pro-oxidant in conjunction with ozone. Otherwise, it would worsen the Herxheimer reaction, not lessen it. Fact check number 4. Vitamin C IVs are sometimes given together with ozone IVs to make veins last longer. Ozone can damage veins because of oxidation. The resulting effect is observed in the form of phlebitis. Vitamin C will counteract the oxidation and the veins last longer. Fact check number 5. Both vitamin C and glutathione IVs alone can have enormous health benefits. Vitamin C is known to successfully turn around the most serious cases of sepsis. Glutathione IVs are also very popular with some chronically ill people. Many swear by them. So even if vitamin C completely cancelled out all the ozone effect during a treatment, you may still get a huge benefit from just the vitamin C alone. So the fact that a doctor sees great outcomes when giving patients a combination of an antioxidant and ozone does not exclude the possibility that one of them cancelled out the other. With glutathione IVs, you get another problem, and that's the possibility of really horrendous side effects. Some people report crushing fatigue, bad nerve pain, debilitating migraines, or the feeling of dying. It's assumed that this is because glutathione is able to move mercury around, and you don't want to move mercury around. You want to safely excrete it, not displace it. Getting glutathione IVs is a bit like playing Russian roulette. The high when you survive it can be great. The crush, if you get the bullet, can be devastating. But don't hold your breath for your doctor to admit that bad reactions occur after glutathione. Him getting paid depends on not acknowledging certain things. But hey, I'm just a crazy ozone lady, so why would you be listening to me? Well, whatever sick reasons you may have, I say, if you want to get the most bang for your buck, do not combine ozone and potent antioxidants during the same application. Either alternate them on different days or allow at least several hours to pass between them. The number 3 way to get the most out of ozone therapy: do treatments closely together. Don't allow for a lot of time to pass between single ozone appointments. In most cases, it's better to do more ozone in a given amount of time than to put in longer breaks. So in general, it's better to do 2 or 3 or more applications per week than to do them once a week or even once a month. Doing ozone once a month probably doesn't really qualify as a therapy, but more a pastime activity. If you allow for a lot of time to pass between single ozone visits because you feel that that's how long it takes for you to get over what you assume is a Herxheimer reaction, that what you may be really going through is an adverse reaction to ozone, not a Herx. For those who do well on ozone, programs like the ones offered by various ozone clinics on Cyprus, where you pay a lump sum of several $1,000s and get daily ozone treatments for a month or 2, can be a very good idea. But sometimes people come back from their Mediterranean ozone vacation and see their health gains evaporate within a few weeks. In that case, either find a local ozone doctor and get some regular maintenance IVs, or do it at home. Which brings us to the number 4 way how to get the most out of ozone therapy: home ozone treatments. Getting your own ozone setup is one of the best ways to get the most out of ozone. If you benefited from ozone treatments at your doctor's office, then chances are excellent that you will also benefit from the ozone protocols you can do at home. And you can save a lot of money. The price for complete ozone equipment may be what you pay at a doctor for a single ozone treatment. Already around $1,200 are enough to set you up with a simple ozone machine plus oxygen. Once you have your own ozone gear, allows you to take part in such fun activities like shooting ozone up your bum or up your vajayjay, blasting it through your brain via ear scopes, or doing the ozone sauna. The ozone sauna is probably one of the most underrated ozone applications, but possibly even more powerful than certain ozone IVs. And it does not require needles, drips, or the presence of a doctor. And that saves money. Major money. If you'd like to know which ozone machines are available, just check out my website, thepowerofozone.com. There you can find links to the best and most affordable ozone generators there are, or at least the ones I think are the best. But that's really one and the same because I'm always right. Except when I thought that I had Lyme disease for years, or when I believed that the Cutler chelation would solve all my health issues, or when I was convinced that the vegan diet was healthy, or when I thought Bitcoin would never hit 10,000. But other than that, I'm always right. So those were the top 4 ways how to make the most out of your ozone treatments. Diet, don't do vitamin C and glutathione IVs together with ozone, do ozone treatments closely together, and home ozone treatments. In my opinion, there's also a 5th way how to get the most out of ozone, and I reveal that in the written version to this video. To find out what that 5th option is, just click on the link in the description below. I hope you enjoyed this video. If not, tough shit. I'm gonna go and eat a piece of a cow now. I hope you'll do the same. See you in the next video, subscribe to my channel, and take care.